Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be a bit of a practice vlog today because I found some new tools and things that I think are going to take my practice and anybody who uses these tools practice to another level. So stick with me, and as I go through these things, if you saw that video I did about a week ago about Bryson DeChambeau, he does it with, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tech equipment to get these feels, but you can do it with just rudimentary like household items. The same kind of thing as I was squishing the water out. And since then, I've wanted to then see if I could take that same kind of speed that I was doing, just kind of air swings to a tee, and see if I could do it to a ball. And as I was practicing with that, I found some really cool tools that connected back to a lot of that great stuff that I did with Milo lines, and then also some brand new stuff as well. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this right here. So on my phone, I'll try to punch in a little insert video of what my phone is seeing, but there's this new app that is called BAM Video Delay. So it's basically bust and move video delay on the App Store. I don't think it's on Android. What it does basically is it plays whatever your phone is seeing, it plays it back 6 seconds later. So you can see as I go like this, 6 seconds later, you're gonna see that. So the really huge thing for golf with that is that you can hit a shot, whatever you're doing. So you can hit a shot and then come back here and look at it immediately within 6 seconds and see what you did. And also you can do the selfie camera as well, so you don't have to walk around. I'm just doing that so that you guys can see the shot as well. They're using this app not too much in golf, although I think that almost everybody should be practicing like this. But they're using this app a lot in track and field, and also like PE teachers in Australia have really made this really popular there when they're trying to teach people how to do like jump over hurdles correctly or jump over the high bar. So they'll jump over it, and then immediately after they land, they'll come here and they'll put it on like a 10-second delay, and then they'll watch themselves do it. See, there's my jump. So, and what they get going is what's called a feedback loop. What that means is that you'll do an action, whatever it is. In this case, I'm doing this little drill with this Total Golf Trainer thing here. So you'll do your drill or action, and it didn't feel great, and I kind of know that. And then I come back here and then I watch it. See, and I was a little bouncy there. And then I'll go and I'll do it again with that kind of feeling. So it's a normal feedback loop of like a golf lesson would be, you hit a shot and you had a bad shot, and then you'll ask the coach like, okay, what did I do there? And then he'll try to put it into words, and by the time you take whatever his perception of what you did and then put it into your own mind about, okay, what do I need to change? And then you hit another shot, you may or may not understand what you have to do differently. So that would be a really long feedback loop. This would be like a really tight feedback loop where it's, you hit the shot, then you go watch and see what you did. And the thing that I found with golf and video together is that slow motion, watching what you did in slow motion is not like, it's not super helpful, because you don't swing in slow motion. You don't swing at this speed. You swing at this speed, full speed. So when you hit a shot, you really want to be able to see. So when you have this feedback loop going on, I found that rewatching your swing in full motion is a lot more beneficial to you when you're trying to actually make a change. So you guys can see this. Now I'm going to flip it around to the selfie mode here so that I can actually practice with this the way I would. This will work a whole lot better with an iPad where the screen is really big and you don't have to go too close to it, but I can see it pretty fine now. One of the reasons I really like having this feedback loop in real time and then actually seeing my swing in full motion rather than like a slow motion replay of it is because one of the main things that I'm concentrating in my swing is to get the correct balance of force back and through. So I'm trying to have that 1 part force back, 2 parts force through. And when you see it in regular motion, you can really kind of see that gets translated in your brain to smoothness. Smoothness in an expert is basically when you're seeing that really great balance of back and through of whatever they're doing. So if it's a pitcher, it's here and there. If it's a baseball batter, it's here and there. It's very smooth. If you see like a beginner do it, you know, they have their that's like, you know, they're basically like that herky-jerky kind of motion there. The other thing that I've been using a lot is this Total Golf Trainer package. And the cool thing about this, it comes in this little case. It's got a wrist one that goes on your hip, one that can go, you can set them up kind of for a lot of different things. They have this one that goes on the end of the club. We're talking a lot about feedback today. And these are just like, so that would be like a visual feedback tool here with the BAM app. And this would be like a tactile feedback where you're really feeling it. So I was thinking that this is actually a perfect way to practice this drill that Milo wanted me to do, which is where I'm just like, this is 7-iron, and he only want to hit this like 60 yards. So he wants me to get to fully like where this ball is touching the back, these knuckles of my hand. So he wants me to get it touching here and then just feel that I'm pushing the ground there and it has a little less throw and sling to it like that.
So the good way would be here, there.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
So I would just have them take it and hinge it like this.
Uh-huh.
And then.
So the butt of the club is not really
moving
away
very far.
from the.
So I'd have that hinge just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there I would just have you maybe swing your arms just a little bit back.
Mm-hmm.
And then just turn into it. I'll bet you anything you have a lot of lag tension or retained lag, whatever you want to call it.
So it's here, there.
Okay, that was good.
With just little short shots. So it's maxed out, and you basically want to see if you can hit the golf ball where you're still touching the back of this thing. Because look, if I am touching the back of that thing, that is like, that's crazy. And it's really hard to do, especially once you get the speeds ramped up a lot. It's really hard to do, but the main thing with it though, that I'll caution you against, is that if you're doing this, don't freeze this and think, and this gets into people saying, anytime you talk about lag tension or shaft lean or anything like that, they'll say, well, isn't that handle dragging? Well, yes, if you like try to freeze this and swing and you're keeping that angle just by freezing this, that would kind of be handle drag, because what you want to do is, can you hit the ball where you're still touching this thing but have very relaxed wrist? You want the motion of what you're doing to be the thing that keeps this pressurized. When you're swinging the golf club with driver, it'll be, if you're swinging fast, it'll be about pulling on you at impact with about 100 pounds of force. So if there was a 100-pound weight here and there was like a rope here, I could not pick up that 100-pound weight without it getting pulled straight, no matter how much I froze. The challenge is to keep the kind of relaxed wrists and let the motion that you're making be the thing that pressurizes this. When you swing it super fast, it will come off a little bit, because look at my impact alignments here, if I was gonna impact the ball there. That's really good impact alignment, but it is off of there. But the idea is, with this swing radar thing, which is really good to use when you practice, at about like 45 miles an hour, which is this. So that's 51 miles an hour. At 51 miles an hour, you're almost, like you're basically still touching it all the way through. You can go even slower here to really feel it touching all the way through. Okay, so it's basically still touching it all the way through at 48 miles an hour. The faster you swing, the more this is going to want to be pulled into a straight line. So it will come off of that when it gets into this kind of like freewheeling release part of the swing. But you're still keeping the same feeling as you did with the slower swing. Yeah, see, this 95 miles an hour. So that is really being pulled in that straight of a line. So let's go to driver. There's like two styles of swinging, I think. There's no release at all, or it's all release. So you can swing in such a way that from the top, you're just releasing everything from the top. Or you can swing in a way where you just feel like you're swinging and you're never doing an active release. That was good. All right, so now let's talk about swing speed. One thing that a lot of people have asked me is if, when doing all this like swing speed stuff, like the stuff I did in Kansas when I got 173 miles an hour ball speed, and then the stuff I did last week when I got this machine to say 124 miles an hour of club head speed, was like, what happens with your dispersion? And the weird thing about it is that out on the course, yeah, it does hurt. Like you start spraying it. But like if you can do the right drills and everything on the range with like 40 minutes of like lead time of doing the right exercises, getting your heartbeat to the right speed, getting the right feels with all these, you know, different feels you're going, all of a sudden you'll start hitting it like a pro, not just me, but like people that have had do this. Like, it's an amazing way to really make people realize their ability is if they do all these different things, and with like 40 minutes of drilling and lead time, all of a sudden they've gone from like a regular golfer to hitting it, you know, like that, like a pro. That's 118 miles an hour swing speed, just flush out of the center. The thing about golf is that like you don't get, in between each shot, you're not allowed to stop and do 40 minutes of lead time and then do one rep and then like keep hitting that same shot. Golf requires you to hit a little chip shot, and then it requires you to hit like, you know, a cut shot around a tree, and then it requires you to hit, you know, a 4-foot putt, and then you go to the driver. So that's what I've been trying to get into now, is how can I do these good things that I'm driving the ball amazingly under the right circumstances. But out on the course, when you have to be super variable from shot to shot to shot, it's a lot tougher. And that's the toughness that like an expert has. An expert has the ability to perform in any kind of situation and also with any kind of noise or interference in between their performances. So one of the ways I'm working on that is that I have this app that I helped develop with this guy from Finland called Seppo, which is really an amazing app called Swing Skill Builder. And what that will do, it will, if you're in the mode where you're hitting the ball really well, but only on the range or only under a certain circumstance, it will really, it goes into this differential learning thing where you will do these wild variations of how you swing. And when you do these like crazy variations of how you swing, it really unlocks your ability to be like, okay, however I'm standing, whatever constraint I've put on myself, I've got to find a way to hit it solid. And when you do that, it really unlocks the inner athlete in you. So the app, Swing Skill Builder, it spits out different tasks and everything. So like it might say, okay, hit this one with a a big pause at the top. Saying I hit it good. And then you would tell it whether you hit it good or you hit it bad. That's funny. It didn't pick up that ball. It said I swung 145 miles an hour. That must be a little bit of the ball. You gotta point this thing at the right spot. And I'll have you, let's say, like, hit it feet together, hit one with your eyes closed, all these different constraints. And by the end of a session with Swing Skill Builder, you'll feel like Superman when you get to actually hit the ball from just a normal stance. And in there, mixed up with all those different wild variations, there's a normal shot. It says, like, hit a solid shot on a par 4 or something like that. So it mixes in a lot of normal shots, which in the research they've seen, like, if you can get yourself to do all these wild variations and then get back to where your base is and get yourself to relearn into what you want to do, that's really the best way to take it from just a task that you can do under certain circumstances to being a task that you can do no matter what interference comes in between and everything. Oh, I killed that golf ball. Yeah, 118, which is good because the fastest I did in Arizona when I was with Milo was 116 or something like that. And out in Kansas, the fastest I had done was 117. And then 124, just air swings, doing the Bryson stuff. And now these are feeling just like hard golf swings. And I really think the missing link between doing something well on the range under certain circumstances with certain build-up and then doing it well on the course or in competition or something like that is this differential learning stuff that I've been doing a lot of. So to go through, so we're going to do a little feedback loop of everything that I've talked about in this video. So I've got the Total Golf Trainer wrist thing on now. So I'm going to hit a ball doing the drill, and then I'm going to be looking at it in the instant replay on the BAM video app, which takes, it just runs. It's just like a mirror, but it's delayed. So there's nothing to set up. It's super solid. It never crashes. You can record any of the swings that you like. You just touch a button and it instantly record the last 30 seconds of it or something. So I'm going to do my drill first. That was really good for a drill swing. Then I'm going to go into my differential learning stuff. So normally I would pull up the app and I would see what tasks, because if you're self-directing it, you might end up choosing the things that you like to do or the way that you like to hit it a lot. So here it might be like this, or it's called like a step back swing. And when you're doing this, the other thing I like about the Swing Skill Builder app is that when you're doing this, you really have you're doing these really difficult and strange variations of swings. So if you hit it bad, it's like, well, yeah, I was swinging in a really weird way. Yeah, but like a walk drill here. Another common one that they put on there is feet together. And then I can watch myself do that because I really felt like I dipped backwards there. And I did. In the unloading part, that's kind of when I tip backwards. And finally, then you just try to hit a shot like it's a golf course shot. With no help on, no reminders, nothing. This is just like a golf course shot. And this is what's making your golf swing and your golf game really, really resilient. Turn it up a little bit. Oh yeah, really good. 160 mile an hour club head speed, and that's like a fairway finder speed for me now. I'm gonna really try to torch this one. .116 again, but dead straight. So this is building your own feedback loop. So I just saw what I did in my swing there, and there I noticed my backswing actually wasn't fast enough. If I'm looking at the forces, I would want 1 part force back and 1 part force through. So it's not really so much how fast your backswing is, it's really how forceful it is. So if I want to use a ton of force going through, I got to get basically a half of that going back, which is a lot. Yeah, it's nice and straight. That was really good. 115, and I was just trying to hit it straight. So it's really fun doing some of these things, and I could see in the replay, I can see the swing balance and the smoothness and the forces back and through were really good there. So yeah, so that's the BAM video app. So here, anybody can do this. This is something that would have cost like tens of thousands of dollars before, because you would have had to have a video camera running into a DVR or into a videotape or something that then would hold it and delay it and then run it back to the TV screen. The cool thing about this is it doesn't, even if you have no memory on your phone at all, it doesn't use your photo library. It uses the RAM on your phone, the random access memory. So like the upfront memory of your phone to replay this stuff. And only if you like one of the swings can you pause it and then keep it. You can choose the last 30 seconds. So this is like a really good feedback loop. If I got swing speed monitor here to see what I'm doing, I got the Total Golf Trainer on my wrist, and then I got the BAM video delay. So I think this is, and then also I'm using the Swing Skill Builder app to actually then bridge it over to the golf course, because this is just between here and the first tee there is only 20 feet. Like I can see the guys teeing off right now. But it'll be a world of difference if you're if you practice a lot on the range, you could actually, by doing the same thing again and again and doing it in the same spot, you can actually be making yourself more fragile, not making yourself more resilient. And you want to make yourself more resilient, and I think that's what the Swing Skill Builder app is really great at. If you guys are interested in getting a Total Golf Trainer kit, that has there's all different kinds of things you can do it, but that wrist drill that I put in with Milo doing it, that's just one of them. There's a special promo code for it, which I'm gonna put in the title right here, so you can get a special price on it if you use that title. And thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. See you later.